Hi everyone, in this tutorial, we are going to build a fully functional in-app social feed in just 20 minutes using social.plus MCP. I am Nat, Senior Director of Architect at social.plus.
Hello guys, and I'm Ark, Platform Team Lead at social.plus. Today we will walk you through connecting to the social.plus MCP server.
By the end of this video, you will have a working social feed that you can drop into any application. Before we start, make sure you install Node.js and you have a social.plus account. Link are in the description below. All right, let's dive in.
So before we actually get started, we would like to walk through how MCP work. What do you think that can you explain, like maybe tell the viewers on how the MCP works and how we use it for social.plus?
Yes, of course. So MCP, you can think of MCP as just the server that the AI can talk to. And that server has the API and the capability that you may use. In the case of the social.plus, our MCP consists of the documentation, which AI can access all of the available APIs. So when you think about how to integrate social.plus into your app, it's very easy. So if you plug this MCP in your coding agent, it becomes easy for agent itself knowing available API, for example, like what are the pages do we have? How can we build authentication of the social.plus, something like that.
In general, when we're building or integrating the third-party software or building, in this case, social features, as a developer myself, I would, go through their documentation, one by one, look at the method or the capabilities that they provide, and then I look it and then write the code myself. In the very first AI era, I think like we would copy the documentation link and then put to agent, right? So it could go scrape to all those websites. But with MCP, yeah, as Nat said, I think this allow AI to access the data more efficiently. It's use less token as well. Personally, I would like I listen to a lot of music, and I would always dream that the music app that I use will have some of the social features or the place that people can gather to talk about the music.
I think that's a good example. Music streaming app, if I listen to the music, right, I want to share my experience, the song that I like to other people. And I probably have friends in the same app that I would like to know that taste as well. Are there any singer that I could follow and listen to? So I think that's very good use case for using social on the music streaming app. Okay, why don't we pick that as one example? If we have music streaming application, how do they integrate social.plus? How can music streaming app integrate social.plus into their application?
Yeah, I think that sounds great. But first, let's kickstart our workshop by setting up the MCP first. So I will be sharing my screen. In this session, as I said, I will be using Claude here. Some of the instruction can be found in our documentation for other AI agent tools, like maybe you use Cursor, some of you use Copilot CLI. With Claude, right, when you first coming in, when you want to build a software, you go to Claude Code. And then when you want to connect to social.plus MCP, you can go to the connectors. And right now, it will have some of the built-in connectors that Claude provide. But right now here, we want to add a custom one. So when we add a custom one here, I will quickly grab the URL. Okay. So I will name this as social.plus, and then I will put this URL in, and then I just click add here. So once it's connected, you can see that we have two calls. So this is a capability that AI can use to access our documentation on both UIKit, SDK, or even our console. Yep. So right now we have all the MCP tools ready. So shall we go to the building part area? We discussed about having a music application. And I want to kickstart with that. So let me quickly open the music app first to let you guys see before we integrated social.plus feature in.
Okay. So in the meantime, while Art is generating the music streaming application, I would like to talk about why this actually matter for the MCP. Simply, I think there are three things we think are most important here. So the first one is the speed. Think about that. If you have to go and look into the entire documentation, right, on any library, right, so you would have to read past 10 to 20 pages, right? And with the MCP, every information is included. And then your coding agent is the one who read it. So you can build, debug, and scale faster because you are not constantly context switching. You just work on your coding agent, could be Copilot, could be Codex, could be Claude Code. And you don't need to stop to search in the mid build. So when you work on integration and then you see the issue, right? Typically we switch to the website and find the information how to fix that. Just at that point, when you found the issue, you can just fix it by telling the AI, "Hey, this is a bug. Can you fix it by getting the information from social.plus MCP?" And you stay in the flow.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's very good use case. So coming back to this, that I think I just built a very brief, we call it Melodify. So here that you can see we have a lot of features, right? Like library and searching. But the things that we want to build today is just we want to integrate it, some other social features, right? Maybe community feed, the feed user can post about the songs. So I think let's build that. So I will start building it with Claude here. All right. So right now I'm in the workspace of Melodify already, and I will be kicking off by just saying that build a social feed that user can talk about music using social plus UI kit. So I will be just using very natural language here, just social plus, and then let it decide whether it's to UI kit or only SDK, to match with the existing application design language that we have for Melodify. Yep. So it would take a little bit of time, and Claude will constantly ask to allow the permission. I will just in this case, I will just go with the auto mode here and let it do the job while we're
All right.
waiting.
Auto mode is a blast for me. So ask how just in general, if you have to do this yourself without MCP, how
Oh,
long you think the integration will finish?
I mean, it's hard to say, right? Maybe for UI kit, we could go like very fast, right? But some other times, like for example, for Melodify, right? I have the color that I like or the UI stuff that I really like. So I will go toward the SDK part. But SDK part is quite tricky and very it would take a lot of time to go through all the docs and see how to build a social feed, how to get the post coming up, right? So that would take days or weeks. Yep. And this is just for prototyping, not even not didn't talk about the production at all. Yep.
Yeah. So these days, before we even do anything, right, you might have to go and look into the documentation and ensure that the API is like, what are the function signatures, something like that, right?
Yes.
I think that workflow is really it's not today's workflow.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm. Today we can just use agent and we tell the agent to do things, right? So it offload most of the task from the human, while the accuracy is more than human.
Yes. So just for the engineer person who will be watching, I think that for example here is used to call all of our documentation through MCP. So you can see here that it's get all the documentation. And this is the things that benefit from MCP, right? Because for an example, another case that you building this today, and maybe the week after we Social Plus launching a new version with new capabilities, and for a human, manually you will need to go to the doc or maybe subscribe to the feed to see our updates, right? But with MCP, the documentation that MCP get will be latest. You will get the latest capabilities, the latest features, and I think that's benefits when you building incrementally. It takes some times here because it need to look all the docs and looking at the current code of our Melodify as well to see that our music app how it built. Yep. So
So I see you use Sonnet 4.6. So Do you have recommendation on what are the model that we should use to integrate social plus using the MCP? Should I use the smart model or can I use the cheap model for this?
So I think that with the information in our documentation from the MCP interface, I think we can use Sonnet for the tasks that the field that you want. For example, right now I just building the social feed, with maybe it will decide to be the post, right? But if you want to build something bigger, like social feed, event page, and user profile, maybe you can go towards the Opus one, right? It will have more context window and it will be smarter in terms of how to build multiple things at once. Yeah.
Cool. So for building a single page, Sonnet would be more than enough, right? But to build the entire social experience, we still recommend the smarter model.
It's not, are you a Claude code user yourself, or have you tried other tools, AI tools, that are very popular nowadays? Yeah.
Yeah, today there's a lot of AI tool coding agent, but my favorite one is still Claude Code. So I try Codex, I try Copilot, I try Cursor, and I try Claude Code. Claude Code is the one that I favor the most. Is produce consistent result that I can trust, and I don't switch since then because you can see that the AI company try to push the new model in every month, right? So this month will be company A that has smartest model. The next month gonna be company B. I used to switch every month and it's tiring, so just start with Claude Code.
Yeah. But Claude is have two interface. The application that you can use, or some of the developers also use Claude CLI, but both is still accessible to MCP as well. What would you recommend? What would you use in daily routine, or do you use the mix of both?
I use a mix of both. For easy to medium difficult work, I use the UI interface like the one that you open now. But for the difficult task, it require more functionality of the Cloud Code CLI that is not available in Cloud Code desktop. So I use the CLI for those ones.
All right. And right now it's starting to finish everything up. So maybe just for a few minutes. And one thing that, since we use lower model tier here, the Sonnet, it could be a little bit slow. Let's see if it's done. So I will just, okay. So I see that one of my local server is running in another point as well. So it's just rerunning again. All right. So right now it's actually open our music app. So as you can see here, we have a new tab here called Music Feed, but it's still looking for the API key. Normally when you build an app or a social feed that integrated with Social Plus, you will have access to console. At that place, you can retrieve the API key and everything that will be used for integration. In this case, I already have my API key ready, so I will just put it in very quick here. Okay, let's wait for it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm looking at like how long does it take for Claude to build this one? It takes less than 10 minutes. But
Yeah,
the part that it spends time on probably running the server, try to test it right. But the actual code generation on or integration on the social plus would take less time than that. Yeah. Imagine that you build a new tab and then you need to connect to the real API, creating the design, right? Like it could take days or weeks to finish that. Now it takes less than 10 minutes and you see the result right away.
yeah. Right now, so you can see it's trying to troubleshooting when we integrate it to the existing application. It's need to doesn't break the existing application and also seamlessly integrated. So right now, I think it's trying to figure out why the errors still happen and trying to look for API key that I just put as well. So yep, let's wait for it a little bit.
Yeah. Claude Code tell us that it's find something is actually bug fixing live here.
Sometimes we rebuilding is even though we is had MCP is have an access to the things that are available in Social Plus, but right now in the existing code base here I use JavaScript, not TypeScript in, so it's make Claude finding it hard to troubleshooting and errors, but it should get it done.
Yeah.
All right. The feed is live here. Nice.
Wow. It tries to post.
So I think right now Claude is trying to post for me. So that's fine. I will let it post then.
It tried to test itself. Wow, that's impressive. We can see the post on the
Yeah.
feed already. The interesting thing is that it looks very consistent, like the color, the theming. So this is more than like you use a preview UI somewhere else, but this is more like an integrated social experience on your app. It's blended into your app already with just less than like 15 minutes. So you get this as a working prototype. It's not just a mock data, right? It's connected to the real API, the real data. It actually created the post on the social.plus database and render here.
Yeah. Right now, it's have every features, right? Post, comment,
Oh
reaction,
wow.
and
Yeah.
live feed as well. Yeah. So I think that's pretty cool. And yep, I think that's Claude just finish the task. So I will be switching the screen into the actual browser to see this data is an actual data that got written into the servers. Yep. So
Yeah.
I will
And
be
like Art, what is the prompt
yep.
that you used previously to prototype this? Like how long is the prompt?
Yep. So I think the prompt is just build a social feed that user can talk about music using social plus.
Yeah. That's super cool. So meaning that to integrate this into my application, I don't need to think that much. I don't need to like create a long prompt, like build this page or whatever. So AI knows what the best social experience for prototype in your app already.
Yeah. So as you can see here, right, it's an actual feed, right? So we post some of the posts in our prototype application, our Melody file. We have a comment, and right now, if you go to Social Plus console here, this is the actual console of our platform. You see the same exact post, right, with a comment and everything that just happened in our demo application. So this is an actual data sending to our server in production as well.
Wow, that's cool. I think we can take this to present to my team so they can see the live working demo that people can even try with. Yeah.
Yeah.
And from this point, how do we go further? Like if I'm going to iterate on like adding the feature or add more things to the social experience,
Yep.
could the
So
MCP support that as well?
of course, like right now we just building a feed, right? So, but for Melodify, it's music feed, right? Imagine you can schedule an event for music app. It could be concert, right? We can have event for the concert, something like that, right? We have a lot of capabilities in Social Plus, like live stream, clips, and event feed as well, and a lot of things to be integrated and to boost your engagement in your application. Yeah. Okay, everyone, and that's it. In 20 minutes, we went from existing app that have no social feed to fully working social feed with post, reaction, and comment, and with real time updates.
All the code from this tutorial is available in the docs for this.
If you have a chance to build something cool with this, we would love to see it.
Thanks for watching and happy building.